In an ever-growing society in which we rely more and more on AI, it is truly hard to find something made from the human mind. However, hope is not all lost, as there is truly nothing that can replace human creativity. But we can also use this new technology to our own advantage. We can work together with AI to enhance our own creativity and find a way to create something amazing. We can build an awe-inspiring future in which the next generation can come and be proud, as long as we are careful not to lose ourselves. I believe that we have a way to take our nature to the next level while still being planted in our roots, and we shall truly create something glorious. But this video is not an example of what I just said. I'm here to do something incredibly dumb. I was looking through YouTube one day, and the only thing that really showed up in my feed for some reason were these "I asked Chatgpt to blah blah blah," or "We made Chatgpt come up with blah 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 blah." And even though I'm someone slightly concerned with the rise of AI, I couldn't deny the popularity of asking a bot to do something for you. I mean, it's not like anyone in history has ever been totally right about feeling slightly concerned over something. I thought it would be fun to try and test the AI knowledge on Keeper of the Lost Cities by asking it to make a kotlc OC for me. But then I also asked it to make 2 more. I just wanted to see where we could take this, and if I could get a few good characters and be able to flesh out a little more and come up with a cute, wholesome comfort story or something. I wasn't looking for anything cool or earth-shattering, just 3 little characters that could be a nice trio and I could mess around with. I actually first asked the AI to make a Wings of Fire OC just as a test, and now I'm really wishing that I had screenshotted it because they seemed cool, but too late now, I guess. Anyway, let's get to creating the first Keeper OC. Okay, this one was more of a test, but I ended up liking her so much that I kept her as the first one, so we should get started creating Adara. Also, let me just say that it was incredibly difficult to make ChatGPT give me a character because they were seriously just trying to give me a template, so I ended up having to ask them to give me an example of a Keeper OC, then just use that, and for some reason, Adara really was the only one that moved swimmingly when talking to the AI about her. It just got harder from here for some reason. With that out of the way, here's the profile for Adara. Name, Adara Moonstone. Species, elf. Appearance, Adara has long wavy black hair that falls to her waist and piercing blue eyes. She is tall and light with graceful, almost ethereal quality to her movements. She has a small crescent-shaped birthmark on the back of her neck. Personality. Adara is a quiet and reserved individual, often preferring to observe and listen rather than to speak out. She is highly intuitive and empathetic, able to read people's emotions with ease. She is also fiercely loyal to those she cares about, willing to go great lengths to protect them. Abilities. Adara has the ability to manipulate energy, in which she can create barriers and shields to protect herself and others. She is also a highly skilled telepath and able to communicate with others mentally and sense their emotions. Backstory. Adara grew up in a small elf village deep in the Forbidden Cities. It was there she discovered her abilities and began to hone her skills. When she was 16, her village was attacked by a group of rogue gnomes. Adara was the only survivor. She was taken in by the Black Swan and trained to become a member of the organization. Relationships. Adara is close friends with several members of the Black Swan, including Keith Seekin and Bianna Vacker. She is... Wait a second. She is also romantically involved with Dad's Disney? What? What the heck? What? No. How? I don't understand. Guys, this may come as a shock, but I don't think ChatGPT has read the series. I don't... Oh gosh. Let's just continue. Goals. Adara's main goal is to protect her loved ones and ensure their safety of the elven community. She is also determined to uncover the truth about her village's attack and bring those responsible to justice. Okay, so they gave us a lot. A little too much. I'm sorry, she's what with Dad's Disney? I have to say that because of the next characters, I am going to change up Adara's story a lot, especially in the relationship section. So let me just explain the process of making her and changes to her character. Due to the fact that she was tall and graceful and lithe in her movements and had almost an ethereal quality about her, I thought it would be fun to dress her up in more of a goddess type garb. And that was a little interesting to research because it was all just let's just say not exactly modest. I'm not trying to shame anyone for drawing unmodest clothing. It's just not me to draw things that are super heavily showing skin. Just makes me kind of uncomfortable. So luckily I found things that worked. Otherwise I would be crying. I also looked up things for her hair and stuff like that because I really like designing hair for no reason at all, and I think it actually looks good. When I was making her rough sheet, I actually straight up hated the full body version of her. Like, it was so horrendous. I ended up changing it. Like, you're watching the footage of me doing the lineup for the original footage and you see how bad it is. I ended up going back and changing it. Don't particularly like the changed one, but it is way better, so let's just move on with that. And so Chatgpt gave us a lot about her character, and I have to say that it isn't exactly the same. She is more the mother of the group than anything, and she is really tired a lot, and she is just willing to help those around her any way she can. I will say that Chatgpt actually gave me characters who were very similar in their qualities, so I did end up having to change a lot about them just to make them look different and individual in any way. And also I do have to point out that she is not an empath, a telepath, and a physiopath all at once. Her empathy actually more comes from the more human or elf side of more empathetic, like, you know how normal humans can feel empathy and stuff like that. It's more on that side. She's not actually an empath. If she seriously had 3 abilities, that would kind of be overkill. We don't want a Sophie Foster in our midst. Okay, so I was actually able to film this one, so yay! And the template that Chatgpt gave me for this was very different from Adara's, and I had to kind of ask for more information about this girl to get to everything that Adara got, because I didn't want anyone to get special treatment or anything. Anyway, well, let's get to Lyra. Spoiler alert, I love her. Name, Lyra Silvermith. Age, 15. Species, elf. Ability, Vanisher. Appearance, Lyra has long, wavy, I forgot about the wavy part, silver hair that falls past her waist, and icy blue eyes that seem to change color depending on the light. She is tall and slender with delicate features and pointed ears. She wears a simple silver dress that shimmers in the sunlight and a silver cloak with a hood that she can pull up to conceal her identity. Personality. Lyra is quiet and reserved, preferring to observe rather than speak out. She is incredibly intelligent and analytical with a knack for problem solving and strategy. She is also fiercely independent and self-sufficient, having grown up on her own in the Forbidden Cities. Despite her aloof exterior, she has a deep sense of empathy and compassion for others and will go great lengths to help those in need. For some reason, this is where chat kind of stopped talking about Lyra, so I asked her a little more about her background. Lyra grew up in the Forbidden Cities and had a network of underground tunnels and caverns where vanishers go to escape persecution. Who is persecuting vanishers? There's so many things chat is making me think about. Her parents were killed by the Neverseen when she was just a baby, forcing her to fend for herself at a young age. She learned to survive by staying hidden and using her ability to disappear, but also developed a passion for reading and learning. She's always been fascinated with the history and mythology of the Lost Cities and has spent countless hours poring over ancient texts and artifacts. Skills. Lyra is an expert in stealth and It's on screen. Able to move silently and quickly through any environment. She is also a skilled pickpocket and a lockpicker. Had to steal to survive in the Forbidden Cities. She is incredibly knowledgeable about the history and culture of the Lost Cities and can read and translate any language. So she is also a polyglot. So that's nice. Weakness. Lyra's independent streak can sometimes make her hesitant to rely on others, and she can come across as aloof and unapproachable. She's also struggled with isolation and loneliness, having grown up without any close relationships. Her ability to vanish is incredibly powerful, but is also physically draining and can leave her feeling weak and disoriented if she uses it too much. Okay, so there is one more thing that I asked chat about Lyra. I asked about her relationships. I just wanted to see if it would do the same thing that it did last time, okay? But it ended up giving me potential relationships and interactions Lyra might have with the other characters in Keeper of the Lost Cities, and they were actually really wholesome, so I'm going to read them for you guys. Number 1, Sophie Foster. Lyra and Sophie would likely get along well as they both have a strong sense of justice and desire to help others. Lyra might admire Sophie's bravery and determination, and the two can bond over their mutual love of learning writing and reading. Number 2, Fitz backer. Lyra might be wary of Fitz at first, as he comes from a powerful and privileged family. However, if she were to get to know him better, she might appreciate his kind and loyal nature. Fitz can also help Lyra navigate the social dynamics of the lost cities and introduce her to new people and ideas. Oh, that is so cute! Oh. Number 3, Keep seeking. Lyra might find Keith's outgoing and irrelevant personality overwhelming at first, but could come to appreciate his humor and loyalty. Keith might also be able to help Lyra loosen up and have some fun, as she can be quite serious and studious. Number 4, Tam's song. Lyra and Tam might have a lot in common, as they both come from troubled backgrounds and have to rely on their abilities to survive. Tam's sense of humor and laid-back attitude could help Lyra relax and feel more comfortable around him. Number 5, Det's Disney. Lyra and Det could bond over their shared love of solving puzzles and uncovering secrets. Det's intelligence and technical skills could be useful to Lyra, and she might be able to help assessing certain areas of information. 6, Bianna backer. Lyra might admire Bianna's fashion sense and poise, but could also be intimidated by her confidence and social status. However, if Bianna would show kindness and interest to Lyra, they could develop a friendship based on mutual respect and admiration. I thought those were really sweet, and I wanted to show them to you guys. Anyway, let's get into it. So the same concept that I went with Adara was the same thing with Lyra. I made an entire Pinterest board about this. It's called Keep Her Things, Don't Worry About It. And basically the same thing. Look for standard silver dresses, standard silver cloaks, and stuff like that. Also, want to say the entire point of the ears thing, it's not because she's an ancient or anything. It's just because she has pointed ears like a normal person would when their ears just come out that way, you know. I am much happier with how Lyra turned out as opposed to Adara with her reference sheet. I still have nightmares about Adara. It's just Lyra is more excited about certain things. She gets really happy when they're going on a heist or she's solving a puzzle or anything. When she's really close to the end of like solving a mystery or a riddle, she gets really, really happy. And she is just straight up the most adorable one out of the group, I would say. She is not my favorite. I don't really have favorites in this group, but she is the one I really want to hug the most. She's just really cute and sweet, and while she can be just more independent and closed off at times, you just really have to get to know her. If she were any type of dog breed, she would be a cat. I really, really love this girl. I would go on to say that she is probably the best ref sheet that has turned out, and I just love her so gosh darn much. Like, I want to hug her so badly. And now we come to the third and final one, the one that I had the most trouble with. I really thought it was meant to get easier as you went on. I ended up asking Chatgpt to change a lot with this character, but whatever, it's fine. I think this amazing boy was worth all the suffering my brain could endure. But anyway, let's get on to Made Cake Aiden. One thing I had to mention is that Aiden did not start off as a male. Chat originally made a female, but since I already had 2 females and wanted to have at least some variety, I asked Chat to make a male, and it made Aiden. Isn't that a human name? I also thought the first outfit they made him was a bit boring, so I asked Chat to give me another outfit, and it did, and it was better. But one thing is that in his first appearance, it said Aiden had a scar on his left eye from an ogre, but the next part it left it out, so I guess Aiden's leather jacket saved him from an ogre attack.
I have the power of God and anime on my side!
Wait, Anyway, here's Aiden. Name, Aiden Nightshade, age 17. Appearance, Aiden has short, messy black hair, pale skin, and bright green eyes. He is tall and lean with sharp features and serious expression. He usually wears a black leather jacket and a dark gray t-shirt, black jeans, and combat boots. He has a silver chain necklace with a small, intricately carved pendant. Ability. Aiden has the ability to control shadows. He can manipulate them, create illusions, hide in plain sight, and even use them to attack his enemies. Personality. Aiden is reserved and cautious, often preferring to reserve rather than to speak. He is fiercely independent and doesn't rely on others, which can make him seem cold and distant. However, once someone earns his trust, he is fiercely loyal and will do anything to protect them. Okay, but why does that sound so familiar? Why are all of these the same personalities? I had to do more work than I thought I would to make them different. Background. Aiden grew up in a small village on the outskirts of the Lost Cities. His parents were both talented artists, but they were killed in an attack by a goblin when he was young. Aiden was the only survivor and taken by a group of shadow elves, I'm guessing it's a group of shades, who taught him how to control his ability. He now travels the world using powers to help others in need and seek revenge against the goblins who killed his parents. Aiden is a skilled fighter and carries a set of throwing knives with him at all times. He's also an exquisite strategist and often uses his ability to create distractions and illusions to gain the upper hand in battle. Despite his serious demeanor, he has a dry sense of humor and can be surprisingly charming when he wants to be. So that was Aiden. We get a dry humor charming boy. Woo! Let's go on to making him, shall we? So, did the same thing with Lyra and Adara. I kind of had a harder time because I was trying to find leather jackets and stuff like that. Now, obviously, Chatgpt has not read the series, therefore, it did not know that elves cannot have green eyes. So I obviously had to change that to blue eyes. And I also accidentally changed his hair to more of a brown color than a black. Gotta say, that was actually very important that I did that, so I am happy I did that, don't worry. I did kind of change a little bit of a lot with his personality. I really leaned into his charmingness because if you know anything about me, is that you know I love charming characters, especially in the male dark-haired side for some unknown reason. So he's not exactly more quiet and reserved. He is more outgoing and charming when he wants to be. Usually he sticks to his quiet and reserved self, but when he interacts with someone who slightly seems to be a little more on the nice side, he does pull in some of his glorious charms. He is the one that changed a lot with his personality. He is kind of just more bubbly now, I would say. And while all three are more quiet and reserved, I would say he's the least quiet and reserved out of all of them. And also with his strategy, he is more strategic in battle. Meanwhile, Lyra is more strategic in planning and stuff like that. So in the heat of the battle, he's more the one to go to for strategy, but when you're planning the battle, you go to Lyra more, you know, you see what I mean? And Adara's just there. I really love this man. I really love him. I love him, guys. Again, none of them are my favorites, but I really like Aiden. So I did make some really low quality memes just to show off their personalities because I heckin' could. And one of them I do have to talk about because for some reason I decided this because I wanted to and no one could stop me. Since ChatGPT decided that Adara was going to be in a relationship, but obviously I wasn't going to make her be in a romantic relationship with Disney, I made her and Aiden get together because I heckin' could. They're really cute. It's more on the side of like Aiden really like flirts with her a lot and she's completely fine with it. But then like when they actually ever engage in something that's like slightly romantic, he just gets her really flustered. Like it's more on the side like he'll be joking about like kissing her or something and she would grab his face and be like, yeah, let's do it. And he would be like, wait, what? No. I love them. They're really cute, and Lyra is such a supportive little cinnamon roll of their relationship. She even leans on the side of calling them mom and dad. Lyra has no relationship because she doesn't want any. Thank you very much. I'm actually kind of really sad that I did not have time to create a meme only for Lyra or Lyra with another character because Aiden and Adara got that one meme together, but Lyra just didn't get her own meme to herself, which is really sad because I love her. But I mean, I just didn't have time. That's really sad. Anyway, I love these characters, and it's actually pretty insane that I was able to even do this, and I really am happy with the characters ChatGPT gave me and how I was able to flesh them out more and come up with an entire little story for them. I don't know what I am going to do with these characters in the future, but I'm going to keep them in my little pocket of love, and I really have been writing some one-shots of them for no reason at all. No one can stop. Yeah, I mean, this is my characters now, chat. But that's pretty much it. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you like these characters as much as I did because I really love them, and I might make a part 2 to this video. I don't know. Villains? We still have to figure out the entire goblin gnome never seen a press vanisher thing. If you like this video, please give it a like and consider subscribing if you haven't already. And if you didn't like this video, please give it a like and consider subscribing if you haven't already. That was a joke. Please leave and find someone you like. I really hope you find someone you like. Anyway, okay, I'm awkward. Anyway, hope you have a marvelous day, guys, or night, or evening, or wherever you are in the world, and I hope you have a lovely month, year, rest of your life, and that's pretty much it from me, and thank you for watching. Bye-bye!
God, let my brushstrokes become interwoven, keep unbroken.